So guys, for anybody that's watching, I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. My name is Ryan and this is RC's World. And in today's video we're just giving the final review for the Traxxas 1:16 scale Rally, which I have introduced in my previous videos. We're just going to be going over the footage and how it all went. Now, as for this RC guys, overall I thought it was absolutely brilliant. After I installed these Integrity upgrades, it gave it such a solid platform, and with the extra weight it made it such a more rigid, stable RC. You know, it was really planted, and although it was heavier for me, that only made it just so much better. The driving was absolutely spot on. Once I dialed everything in the previous video with the small upgrades and repairs and the new steering servo by Power HD, everything just came together. As for the Porsche shell and the Rally wheels, well, you know, it just shows you how versatile these RCs are, that I managed to take this through all these different terrains. You know, it held up so well. With the BF Goodrich tires, it was a bit slidey in the wet, and you know, I nearly did ruin this ESC. I didn't realise that it wasn't actually waterproof, and it did cut out in the end, so I just had to quickly get back and dry that out, and it turned out fine. When I finally took this out to the red gravel and the Porsche shell, which you can see in the previous video also, you know, it just drove like a dream, like a real rally car, and I could really practice the over and under steering to control it, and with the donuts and just everything was just great. And on 3S LiPo it totally came alive. You know, as for speed runs, I wouldn't really recommend it unless you have super grippy wheels, maybe even foam wheels and tires guys, and some grass on either side in case it flips out. You know, and it rolls, you have got that extra added protection from the tarmac. But as we then moved on to the skate park, you know, we used the Camaro 69 shell. It had a few scrapes, but nothing major. And we used the BBS wheels with the drift tires. Now, what I did have to do was super glue these on the back of each rim. I didn't want to do it on the front, as it would just ruin the look. You know, you couldn't get glue tight enough in there without it bleeding over onto the tire and creating this horrible white residue. So I glued them only on from the back as they were slipping off, and then it just drove perfect. You know, it was gliding all over the skate park, as you could see in the drift video. It was just absolutely awesome. And then finally, of course, we moved on to the BMW shell, which I also painted myself with the decals and the blue wheel nuts and the gold clips, and I took that for another drive around the skate park. I thought that would suit the theme perfectly. And these wheels and tires, guys, I did actually tape these, so I gave these a few rotations of Gorilla Tape on the inside to prevent any ballooning and expansion of the tires, and it just turned out absolutely brilliant. It gripped right to the tarmac, no problem. And when I switched over, of course, to the plastic drift tires, which I glued on the back also, you know, it just drifted around like a dream again, going up and down the slopes. You know, I was able to perfectly control it. It did take a little while, guys, before they started to gain some grip. You know, they were really slidey at the start, but once they started to wear down a bit, they started to grip really well onto the tarmac. So overall, guys, this held up absolutely perfect. You know, it didn't even experience any breakages. You know, there was no problems at all. There is some scrapes on the plates here, but that's about it. You know, and I built myself a really compact and sturdy little RC. Now there is some more footage to go with this just before we wrap up, and I did explain there was going to be a theme video in collaboration with the Traxxas up and coming RC in the next video, which I will introduce as RC number 2, and it's going to be absolutely epic. So keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. A whole new shell and design, and then we'll just be moving onwards and upwards from there. So guys, if you want to like and subscribe to RC's World for some more exciting videos and footage, it's all coming on the way. Thanks for watching.